You might say, Seth, what does it matter? You ready? All right, you ready? No ticket, $22 a night to valet. I'm not paying $20. No ticket. Oh, I took a little risk last night, but we got it done. Oh, it's beautiful out. It's 48 degrees right now. It's about 10 a.m. I think tomorrow morning it's gonna be right at about 40 degrees. If it's this temperature or around here, and you know, right now there's no wind, oh man, rock and roll time. Okay. Let's go to the bridge.
But guy named.
Sure, I'm giving you the right name.
Yes, the t-shirt size is off, but that's okay. But the name is correct.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
definitely
you're going to go down and get a box.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, a guy by the name of Frank Shorter, I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah. Just Frank Shorter.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? He's got family in Michigan.
Here we go.
How you doing?
Thank you
No, thank you.
for being here,
Oh, our pleasure.
for putting on a race. I like these boxes.
They are nice.
That is so cool. I've never had that at a race.
Cool.
Very cool.
You all
Thank
set?
you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Best race packet pickup ever. Look how epic that box is. Great job, Toledo. Glass City Half Marathon, crushing it. Oh my. That is cool. I've never received a box for a race before. That is just awesome. All right, time for a little shakeout, and then we'll head back to the hotel. Break down these splits, the precision splits, everybody. I'm excited to break it down for you. I didn't do this ahead of time before Naples because Naples was my first half marathon on the roads in a decade. But now, a little more experience leads me to this point where I need to be a little more precise in this split business. Okay, let's rock and roll.
pleasure.
Come on now. Come on. Let's break it down. Time to turn that doorknob for the last time in this training block tomorrow. Well, when you're watching this in the morning, in fact, I think I may have found a link to the live stream, okay? I'm not going to be worried about it in the morning, so I'll put it down below in the description. The link, I think it's I'm just going to put it down there. Here we go. 105.43 in Naples, Florida, 3 months ago. I've learned a lot since then, so much about pacing. I'm just going to put it out there. Pacing for an ultra trail race versus a fast road race. I'm going to say it's slightly more important to pay attention to your pacing in a road race. I think there's a little more margin for error in ultra trail racing. I'm just putting it like you really gotta, if you want to hit your times and not go into the well too early in a race. Anyway, that was my experience in Naples. I've learned a lot from it. I've got the splits pulled up real quick from Naples, going straight to, my watch is over there. I'm not going to Strava, I'm going straight to Polar. And this is an interesting point. The course, I previewed it today. We'll get to that in a minute. Critical step in a peak race, peak race preparation. There's trees on the course. Now, they're not fully budded, but I do know that watches sometimes, or they're not leafed out yet. Watches don't always work as well in trees, okay? So just keep that, they definitely don't work as well, with real-time splits, depending on the watch company, in big cities, like I remember in New York City. So here we go. In Naples, Florida, first kilometer, I'm just going to run you through 306, 303, 302, 301, 303, 307, 301, 305, 303, 306, 302, 303, 302, and then around about kilometer 15, it started to get hard, and I'm working in kilometers. For my brain, it's working easier these days to go with kilometers, just so you know. I'm also not going to trust the mile mark. I hate to say this, but I'm not going to trust the mile markers out there on the course. I've learned over time that it can get dicey. All right, you just don't know who's putting those mile markers out there. How are they measuring it? Are they doing it with a car? Are they doing it with a wheel? Are they doing it off of GPS data? So just take it with a grain of salt sometimes, those mile markers. I'm going to rely on the watch and kilometers, okay? So there's the last 2 kilometers in Naples was 306, 309. So I was definitely starting to fade a little bit. Now, in Naples, previewed the course, clutch, huge step to build up that, like we talked about a couple days ago, that confidence for a peak race. So you understand what you're getting into, okay? I'll just leave that there, and I previewed today, all right? So here's some footage from the course out there, and it's beautiful. Beautiful course through some really amazing neighborhoods. But I gotta say, it's not flat by any means, okay? We're looking at it, and I knew that going in. I chose to register for this race. I knew it wasn't gonna be as flat as Naples, okay? So I think, we're looking at about 220 feet of vertical gain, all right? So spread out over 13 miles. Just keep that in mind. But a little bonus here is that it will be cooler. We'll see in the morning. I think it's going to be right about 38 to 42 degrees in that window, which is actually perfect. As long as it's not like raining. It's drizzling out right now. I don't think they're calling for any rain in the morning, which is great. And of course the wind. Actually, we'll get back to the wind in a second. So what is my hopeful time? And thank you for joining the prediction contest to win a pair. They're over there on the bed. To win a pair of Alpha Flies from yesterday's vlog. It's now closed. You can't guess anymore because I'm going to be, when you're watching this, I might be racing. 104.59. It's been the goal. That's why I've been putting 29.64 on Strava. It's still the goal. Break into the 104s. What kind of pace is that? 4:57 a mile or 3:04 per kilometer. Now, here's here's the marker. You guys know before a peak race, really any race, but especially peak races, I write on my arm names of people who I love, who I offer up the suffering for, the pain, the pain cave, just the grit, you know, when it really starts to hurt. I look at my wrists, so in the morning, I'll write their names on my arm. But in addition, I'm going to write on my other arm, go out slow. So I'm going to make a point, an extra point, and here's the precision pacing that I'm talking about in the title, is that no faster than 3:05. But really, I'm going to be totally happy with 3:06 to 3:10 the first 6 miles. Ottawa High School. Shout out to anyone, any kids that go to Ottawa High School. That is right about mile 6 on the course, okay? Ottawa High School, and I gotta slow down. Like in Naples, I just was pushing the pace a little too early. 3:03, 3:02, 3:01, 3:03, and you might say, Seth, what does it matter? You ready? All right, you ready? So let's just go 3:01. Okay, which was kilometer 4 in Naples. I was feeling really good. 3:01, okay? 3:02, 3:03, 3:04, 3:05, 3:06, 3:07. 6 seconds. You might think that's nothing. That's a lot. One more time. 3:02, 3:03, 3:04, 3:05, 3:06, 3:07. Meaning, it's amazing how the difference in road pacing, the difference what that can do for the effort you have to put forth, and therefore the buildup of lactic acid in your legs, of course your heart rate, all these different components that go into our racing, it makes a difference. Precision pacing. Now, the challenge is, everybody, is that it's not flat. You know, it's just not flat. There's just no other way to say it. There's some rollers in there. There's just some rollers that, and that's where experience and compensation and using the downhill and not crushing yourself on the uphill. There's so many different components. So 2 points though, competition and wind, okay? If it's windy and there's a group of guys 10 meters ahead of me, I'm gonna go with them. Or at least I'm going to stick with them within reason. If they're running 3:03s and I'm running 3:07s, but it's windy and we have a headwind, does not make sense to stay back. It makes sense to go tuck in, okay? That's a little racing strategy. Now, competition. It's going to be competitive. I just know it is. I can sense it. I can feel it in the social media. I can feel it all over. So it's going to be competitive, and I'm in it to compete. So I'm not going to just sit back completely, but I must say, 6 miles in, I'm going to go 3:05s to 3:10s, 3:05s to 3:10s. I think that's it. Thank you guys for coming along this journey of this training block. I look forward to meeting all of you after the race. If you're going to be watching, if you're going to be there, you might be watching this as I'm racing. Who knows? You guys rock. Comment of the day from Rob Bellinger. Yesterday, nice and short, he said, those few seconds with the family, exclamation point. Rob, you nailed it. That's why I'm out here. That's why I'm really doing this. I love DGR, but my family, boys, I'm doing it for you, okay? Hopefully we can bring some Andes home, but at the end of the day, boys, I love you. I'm doing it for you. And of course, you true love as well. Mwah. All right, here we go. Question of the day. Best pacing story / experience of your life. When did you nail the pacing? What race? What distance? And why do you think you nailed the pacing? Ooh, this is going to be good. QD down below in the comments. Thank you guys. Love ya. It's going to be good. Let's go. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.